Well, this is very exciting. This is the unboxing of the Bird Photographer of the Year book, the International Bird Photographer of the Year, and I got a bronze in the black and white category. You know, for the last 10 years or so, I've been mainly interested in creative bird photography, wildlife photography. Of course, I do birds on a stick, bird portrait, and other critters for the books we publish, which are more field guides and not much room for creative wildlife photography in field guides. That's what really interests me, is the creative side to wildlife photography. And there is the cover. Nice. Oh, hooded mergansers are my favorites. And one of the things I love about this contest, and people from all over the world enter it. I'm not sure how many, I'll have to look that up, how many photos were submitted for this year's competition. The winners, it's almost all creative photography. And some amazing behavior as well. But it's run out of it's out of England. Oh, interesting. It's a printed cover this year, not a dust jacket. Okay. Some really cool stuff. There is the bronze winner. My kids laugh at me because I took it out our living room window when I was really feeling not creative, and I had flipped through some older editions of this. This is edition number 9 from previous years, and tried to get inspired, and we had a nasty blizzard that day and snow was getting plastered on the window, and I just shot the turkeys through the window, but I focused on the snow on the window instead of the turkeys in the background. Chickens. Very cool. One of the judges said, "What a splendidly inventive image. It takes a creative mind and a daring approach to use snow patterns on a window as the canvas." And I was particularly thrilled to read how previous BPOTY books had helped unblock the photographer's personal creative logjam. And that is dead on true. They are filled with hundreds of winning photos. Of course, the top winners, but also the highly commended and even the commended level. So tons of inspiration. And I love just sitting down in my easy chair with my coffee, flipping through the pages of these winning photos. Is just inspirational. I just took a few iPhone photos of some of the winners printed in the 2024 book. And you can kind of see these images are not your typical bird on a stick photos at all. Of course, I see a ton of inspiring photos on Instagram, but there's something about the printed page that I really love. And talk about creativity, I don't even know how some of these photos were taken. Just stunning. Love this gull feet in an overhead window. And I really enjoy images like this, which on first glance, you're like, what is going on here? And this one that's playing with perspective in Finland, golden eagle and a magpie. And what is going on here? It's the reflection of a green traffic light and a heron. Slow shutter speed. Crazy, crazy creative. Some of these folks have been inspirations for a long time. Bence Mate from Hungary. Just love his style. Other winners were folks I listened to on podcasts. I mean, it's just an honor to be in the same league with these folks. Brad James from Newfoundland. His podcast with Ray Hennessy called Wildlife Photo Chat is a lot of fun. Love this tufted duck. And Josh Glicki, I got a bronze in the conservation category. I think it should have been a gold. Josh and Rob Reed have a wildlife photography podcast called Wildlife Photography Podcast. Definitely worth listening to. There's even a humor category, but what really kind of irks me is when I see the winners in the 12 to 14-year-old category, and they're better than any photo I've ever taken. Dead on true. So, wow, I'm honored, very honored in here with a lot of amazing photographers. Holy Hannah. Tomorrow I'm going to get a cup of coffee and sit down and read the captions, because we all had to write kind of longer captions. I got one other photo in here. Oh, wow, we got snowy owl. Gotta find it though. Aha, there it is. That was a black tern that was flying over just a random little pond in North Dakota, and Ryan and I were like, oh, we're having a hard time, our cameras are having a hard time focusing on the flying terns. But then decided, hey, looking at, a little easier to focus on the reflection. And then it started sprinkling, so that's what those circular drops are, little splash rings. Yeah, so that worked out pretty nice. And that got commended. Oh, very honored. You can pick up the book through Bird Photographer of the Year, BPOTY. I haven't done a lot of bird photography this summer. Mostly spiders. Yeah, for a new book. And I'm just going to throw in a little snippet from a video I made previously on how it came to be. And I wasn't maybe technically in my pajamas, but certainly my sweat bottoms, and I did take it through the living room window glass. I thought, well, what can I do with this situation I have here today at Skoogsharna, our home and homestead, and in the last 5 hours, it's been snowing like crazy, and the wind's been blowing like 20 miles an hour, and so there's snow plastered onto the window of the living room, and kind of evenly as well. So I thought, what can I do? And so I started focusing on the window pane, the snow, and experimenting with depth of field to try and make some creative stuff. And yeah, for once, I'm not ticked off at the turkeys, the wild turkeys, who are just decimating my feeders and feed, but I am putting out some cracked corn for them. Don't tell Bridget. It's a lot of shooting. Never could have done this in the film days. I would have been out $500 by now. Kind of a fun snow day. Bjorn is sick, so I'm home with him today. Kind of making the best of it. Of those I submitted, a few got shortlisted, like this great gray owl taken near Duluth on a snowy day. I personally love this photo, even though I am the director of the Sax-Zim-Bog, where I see thousands of great gray owl photos from our visitors. I converted this image of a pair of Pacific loons from Churchill, Manitoba, into a black and white image. Very graphic. I like it. They liked it, but not good enough to commend it. And this old drone photo of some trumpeter swans up in the Sax-Zim-Bog. I don't think I shot it at the highest resolution, so that might have bumped it out of any possibilities. And then another turkey shot made it to the semis, but I'm just going to run through the, quote, loser photos that I submitted, and I thought, these were pretty creative, maybe had a shot. I don't enter many photography competitions, like hardly any, because many are just kind of a copyright grab. There's a couple prestigious ones that you should really think about. Wildlife Photographer of the Year, formerly run by the BBC in England. I don't know who's the major sponsor right now, but kind of that's the granddaddy of them all. And they have many categories, not just birds. Underwater, insects. They also produce a book, and you can pick up past copies on Amazon or Abe Books, used ones for relatively reasonable prices. But always a source of inspiration, so I really encourage you to pick up some of these books. Well, thanks for watching. I guess it's time to polish my bronze medal and wear it around, maybe walk downtown Renshaw, 99 people. Just kidding, there was no medal. But yeah, hope you enjoy these books. Get some on Amazon, yeah, get a little inspiration. Take care. We'll see you in the next episode of Shooting with Sparky.